I'm going to show you guys how to make some easy and delicious fish tacos at home. First, I'm going to start by making the slaw for my tacos. I'm going to slice some onions, and after I slice them, I'm going to chop them. Not too big or not too small, but in between. Next, I'm going to get my purple cabbage, and I'm going to thinly slice that. And I only used half of the cabbage and a quarter. I'm going to thinly slice my cabbage, and I'm going to put the rest away. You guys can use the whole cabbage depending on how much slaw you want and how much tacos you're making, or if you want leftovers. Next, I'm going to slice my jalapenos, and I use 2 jalapeno peppers. I'm going to thinly slice it and put it to the side. Next, I'm going to chop up my cilantro, and I'm going to give it a rough chop. And I'm also going to set my cilantro to the side along with the rest of the ingredients that I chopped up. And you can use how much cilantro that you want. Once everything is chopped up, I'm going to set it to the side, and I'm going to work on my batter for my fish. I'm going to add 1 cup of flour into my bowl along with 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to add some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, paprika, and cayenne pepper. Once I add in all my seasonings, I'm going to whisk my dry ingredients, and then I'm going to slowly add in 1 cup of water. I did 1.5 cups of water, and I slowly mix the water into my batter until my batter looks like this. And this is a batter without beer, so that's why I put baking powder, and it'll still be just as good as if you would put beer in it. You want your batter to look like this. You want to mix all of the lumps out. And I already prepped my fish. The fish that I'm using is cod. I sliced my cod into strips, and I dried my cod with a napkin to remove the excess water. And then I placed all of my cod into my batter, removing excess water from every piece, because it's important to do that so that the batter can stick to your fish better. I used about 3 pieces of fish, and this is how much fish I got out of that. I'm going to toss my fish into the batter until every piece of fish is coated, making sure not to tear the fish. And if you guys want it, you can also use this recipe for some shrimp tacos. You can use the same batter for the shrimp, and it'll come out so good. Once I'm done mixing my fish into my batter and every piece of fish is coated, I'm going to set it to the side to rest, and now I'm going to fix my slaw. I'm going to add my cabbage, my jalapenos, my cilantro, my onions into my glass bowl, and then I'm going to add in some lemon juice, or you can use lime juice. I used 1 whole lemon, and I made sure to remove the seeds. After I do that, I'm going to add in some salt, and I'm going to add in a little bit of pepper, and I'm going to mix my slaw together, and that's all I used, and it was so good. Slaw recipe is so good that you can put this on anything, and of course tacos are one of them. Once I'm done making my slaw, I'm going to set it to the side. The longer the slaw marinates, the better it gets, because it penetrates in the lemon juice and the salt, and it brings out so much flavor, and it's so good. And when you put it on your tacos, it makes your tacos taste so clean and fresh and crisp. This slaw is the best part to the tacos, so you definitely need to make this. Make sure you guys send pictures of you recreating my recipe to my email or to my Instagram. I would love to see you guys recreate my recipe and see how it turned out. I already have my oil preheating on medium heat. If you guys want to check your temperature with a thermometer, you can. Or you can fry on medium heat depending on your stovetop. But you do not want your oil too hot or too low. You want it in between so you can get a good fry. I'm going to place my cod in my pan, making sure not to overcrowd it. I'm going to let it cook until it's fully done. I'm going to let it cook on one side and then flip it to the other side. And I just cooked my fish until it was golden brown, and it depends on you all how you like your fish. Let me know how you guys fry your fish. Do you use beer instead of baking powder? Or do you use baking powder instead of beer? Is it the same outcome? Because I made fried fish with beer before, and I just made it with baking powder, and I feel like it's the same outcome. Once my fish is done, this is how it looks, golden brown. I'm going to remove them from the oil and place it on a napkin to remove the excess oil. Once I'm done removing my fish, it's time to put together my tacos. Get up some corn tortillas, and I'm going to place them on a plate. I'm going to place my fish onto the corn tortilla. I'm also going to add some delicious slaw that I made earlier. You guys can add as much toppings as you want. And I also made some salsa taquera. And the salsa is so good. You guys need to try this recipe. I already posted it on my channel. And the salsa is so good, you would just want to eat it on its own. I'm going to add the salsa on my tacos. And the key to delicious homemade fish tacos is this salsa and the slaw. I promise you guys, these tacos were so delicious. Hope you guys try this recipe. Follow me on everything and make sure